Hello, I'm the 10-minute English teacher. Let's get you exam ready. Today we're thinking about Macbeth by William Shakespeare, and I'm going to be providing you with quotes to know for Lady Macbeth. Before we get going, don't forget to like and subscribe. There are plenty of things on the channel to help you revise for Macbeth and other texts you might be studying. Okay, Lady Macbeth. So here are key moments for Lady Macbeth. At the beginning of the play, the first time we meet her, she's reading a letter from Macbeth about his meeting with the witches, and that gives her some ideas. When he comes back, she tries to fill his head with those ideas, and then very soon after that, King Duncan comes to stay at their castle, where they plan to kill him. We've got the end of Act 1, where Lady Macbeth speaks with Macbeth. He's having second thoughts about the plan to kill King Duncan, but she overrules him. Macbeth then kills King Duncan, and she has to support Macbeth when he feels completely guilty and remorseful after that murder. And then right at the end of the play, in Act 5, Lady Macbeth sleepwalks and reveals her involvement in killing King Duncan. So, Lady Macbeth, reading that letter, she says, "I fear thy nature is too full of the milk of human kindness." And she also says, "Take my milk for gall." So the use of milk there in those quotes, that image is something that we associate with motherhood. She wants all of everything that we associate with goodness to be taken away from her in exchange for evil. She also says, "Hide thee hither that I may pour my spirits in thine ear." She wants Macbeth to come home so she can tell him her plans. The use of spirits is something that we associate with witchcraft. We've got her instructing Macbeth to kill, and she says, "Look the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it." And that reflects the idea of her being a duplicitous character, a two-faced character. And the use of serpent in that metaphor is something that alludes to biblical sin and evil. We've got them greeting King Duncan, and Lady Macbeth says, "All our service twice done and then done double." And that use of the phrase double, done double, is something that we associate with the witches, because that's something that they reference later on when they are spell casting. We've got Lady Macbeth asserting herself over Macbeth when he doesn't want to kill King Duncan and tells her that he's having reservations. "When you durst do it, then you were a man." She's constantly talking about his manhood, his masculinity, in order to manipulate him into killing King Duncan, and that's a weakness in Macbeth, that's something he responds to. She talks about the fact that she had a child that died. She says, "I've given suck." So at one point in her life, they had a child that she breastfed. And rather than let Macbeth down, she says she would have rather plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed his brains out. So we've got an allusion to the murder of their child there, that she'd rather go through than let him down. So it shows just the lengths that she's willing to go to in order to fulfill her ambitions. King Duncan's killed. We see a cowardly side to Lady Macbeth here. She says, "Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it, or dunt." She would have done it if he hadn't looked like her father. And then she says, "infirm of purpose" to him when he's seeming weak. And you can see that there's a bit of a sexual undertone there, and she's questioning his masculinity again. The sleepwalking part in Act 5 is really, really powerful. That we haven't seen any weakness from Lady Macbeth, with the exception of her cowardice when she reflects on the idea that she wouldn't have been able to kill King Duncan. She's been the stoic, strong one throughout the play, and then she sleepwalks, and we see that actually that guilt and that all those fears have also been destroying her. She says, "Out damned spot," seeing spots of blood on her hand in her sleep. And that's a reference to witchcraft, because at the time in Jacobean England, it was believed that witches would have been touched by the devil and had some sort of mark on them from that meeting. She says, "Who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him? And also, all the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand," which does link her back to Macbeth when he talks about Neptune's great ocean never being able to clean that blood from his. And she says, "What's done cannot be undone." And that reflects the idea that they're effectively going to be punished in the afterlife, and that they are doomed to fail. Okay, to take it further, revisit the key moments and summarise them to write an essay plan to explore how Lady Macbeth is presented. So if you use the play bar to go right back to the beginning, you can think about those key moments and how those half a dozen key moments involving Lady Macbeth could be a part of a play, an essay plan exploring how she's presented. Pause on those key moments and recall the quotes, have a look at them, and if you're stuck, you can unmute the video and listen to me walk you through them, and consider what other quotes you could use in a response for Lady Macbeth, exploring how she's presented in the play. Okay, check out the other videos on my channel. I'll continue to add content. Feel free to ask for something you'd like to see me cover in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share, and keep revising.